Hey everybody, this is Manga Pro with the second video for this week. So this will be number 2 out of the 5 I'm doing for the this whole comeback season week. So this is season 2, video 2, and for today I'm not going to be doing any drawing, just going over a page I did while I was away, and I'll explain why I did the page. First of all, is my friend in my class, the Japanese guy, was, we started talking, and he talked about how he likes Shonen Jump, and I buy Shonen Jump every week, and so he reads it every week. So we started having discussions on what we thought about different mangas, and sorry, trying to erase some of the stuff I had on here, but we just talked about how we enjoy certain mangas, and we basically had some of the same opinions. Some he liked more than others that I didn't think were as good as he thought. But it was just cool to talk to somebody about it, I guess, that was so into it as much as I was. And so he had a lot of good story ideas, and they weren't just like generic story that anybody could come up with and would go, oh, this would be a good idea, and it's like the same thing as like a Naruto story, or it's just like another boring battle type thing. They were really interesting ideas, and I wanted to draw one. And so he said, well, I'll tell you what, if you can draw a page, and it's good enough, like it's high enough to my standards and what I think should be in Jump, then I'll write the story, and we can enter it in like one of the contests for the newcomers or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'll draw a page, and then hopefully it's good enough to where you think we can enter and win. And so I drew this. I took the tape off, so I actually drew it in pencil first, and then I just used another piece of paper completely and just drew over it. So I have this to kind of show you guys the whole thing. The top is the building, the little guy, and then at the bottom there's 2 more panels. I think this is my favorite panel of the whole page, this whole thing, and then the little eye right there. But yeah, this is based off basically a story he told me that happened to his cousin in Japan, and so I didn't tell him what I was going to do what I was going to do the page on, because he wanted it to be an original work with original characters, and like something that hasn't been done. He didn't want me to copy like another artist stuff, because then anybody could do that, if you look at it. So what I did was took the story that he told me and drew it into a page, and I thought that would kind of make it more interesting to him, and it did. He was really interested. He asked me like what the story was about, and like for each panel, which part, like which picture went with which part of the story that he told me, and I told him and explained it, and he thought it was really cool, but there were some things that he didn't like about the page too, and I'm going to point some of those things out to you guys so you know not to do it or work on it on your page. And I've been working on it on my pages. I haven't really done any pages since this is like the last page I've actually done since I stopped drawing manga. I stopped for a while, but I'm back now. So let me see if I can get in closer here, hold the camera myself, and show you guys some of the mistakes and flaws that he said. Oh, in the end, if you're wondering, we didn't wind up drawing it because he didn't think it was good enough, and after looking over it and listening to what he said, I didn't think it was good enough either. So if I would have kept going, I could have improved, but it just didn't happen. So basically, for the building, I think I remember him saying something about the building going off into the way. I guess we had a vanishing point. The vanishing point for the whole building was kind of off. He said it looked really good. It's just that like if you notice, they're all kind of going in one direction when each one should kind of be getting, like this one's already kind of, going on the way towards straightness. And so this one should be a little more straight, but it's actually going parallel to this one. And this one should be a little more straight, but it's almost parallel to this one. So that was a problem on the building. Another thing, I think that was mainly the thing he was looking at on that one. But for me, from my point of view, let me show you what I think about it. I made a lot of mistakes, like right here. This pole right here is supposed to be, it should be all white, because this pole is in front of these this is like the door to the apartment, and this is the overhead little thing, the little balcony that gives shade to the the walkway down here. But so this whole pole is supposed to be in front of that whole thing, and I didn't scratch out the screen tone, and that screen tone should actually be scratched out. So that's a mistake right there. Circle that. Another mistake I think I made was on the word bubbles. On all the word bubbles for this page, I used a dip pen, when you really should use something like these I have over here. These multi-liner pins. These are by Copic. These are expensive. These are about this is the A set. They were about 20 something after tax, and they give you 4 pins, but they're really good pins. They're really good quality. And as you can see, I don't even have to open it. The sizes are 0.03. That's a really fine tip. 0.1. That's a little more fine. 0.3 is like the, what do you call it? The basic size, I guess. 0.3, 0.5, and 0.8. I think I used to get. And then this one has 0.7. And so I recommend using those for the boxes of your frames and for the word bubbles. And if you can, get some stencils to do the word bubbles, or if you just draw a circle, sketch out a circle. Like I think I sketched it out on the rough draft. Yeah, sketch that out, and you can use a light box to just trace right over it. But anyway, another thing I really liked about this page are the clouds. I hand scratched those myself. I put the screen tone down, and then I just scratched them in with a. See if I can get closer. Scratched them in with the X-Acto blade, and so I did those myself. And if you can see here on the building, I have a little more screen tone right there. It's a lighter shade than this one, and I scratched it out kind of to get the effect that this overhead plank is kind of giving shadow to the walls down here. And I did that with each level, and each level has a little more shadowing, since as you get closer to the bottom, things get closer. So this is far away, and this is close up, and that kind of gives that's a nice effect. He liked that. But that's enough on the building. Let me move down to this guy. So this is the main character of the page, and I always like to get a close up of the main character whenever I first show him. And so some things I don't like about him though are, and he had mentioned this before too. Some of my lines are shaky on other pages that I showed him. Like right here, his arm is way too thick right there. This shirt, this whole line for this shirt, it's shaky, if you can tell. It looks like the ink is bleeding through the page, or bleeding through the paper a little bit. You can see the little jagged lines there. And it gets really fat right here, and then of course his arm right there is really fat. And with clothes, I'm going to do a video on how to draw clothes too, because I'm noticing a lot of mistakes. And I've gotten better at drawing them, but in clothes, you always want to get really thin. When you're drawing clothes, you always kind of want to get it the same thickness as the skin. And so the way I have the skin really bulky right here, and then the clothes are kind of thinner and then thick in some places, you kind of want to get it all the same thickness. And then the lines and folds in the shirt should be thin too. So, because when you put on a shirt, it kind of falls onto your body. So the creases of the shirt and stuff like that should be the same thickness of the thickness of your skin. It shouldn't look like like an armor. If you draw the clothes too thick, it'll look like an armor over the character. I guess is the best way I can put it. It's really hard to explain, but anyway. Down here in the next panel, we have the old man on the ground. If you look really close, this is really too thick of lines, and that's just coming from lack of practice with the pen on my part, and then just not being able to get that really thin line in there. For this, I probably should have used the Maru pen to get the fine detail, and I'll do another video on using the Maru pen. And so just really, like I'm doing, going over your drawings and past work just shows you how, it lets you grow. It says, okay, like I said here, I should use the Maru pen. It's like, now you know what you should have used. Hold on. Make a little note. But now you know what you should have did, and you've learned from your mistakes, I guess, like people say. Anyway, the last panel. This video is getting kind of long. Yeah, the last panel here. I think I did a little bit better job on the clothes. Even now that I'm looking at it, though, I think I could have made this shirt less robotic, I guess, less jagged, and kind of got it going like that right there. And then this, I could have even had his shoulder fall a little more, because his arm's right here, and if you would draw his arm out, probably would go like to right there. Shoulder hit right here. Probably could have let that shirt drop maybe like right there. And even came out maybe like a little right there. But yeah, you know, just seeing me go over my stuff, it just kind of shows you guys how you want to recheck your stuff. I'm trying to focus in. But yeah, line quality on his face is pretty good. His chin is a little shaky. I could have got it a little, like around his chin. I know you can see it around his chin area here. I could have got a little more, less shaky. His collar right there is kind of thick compared to his skin. You know, like I said, you always want to get that kind of close to the same thickness of the skin. Right here, the lines are getting shaky, so it's just a matter of practice. Right there, you can see the three little flicks of the pin coming out, and that's another just holding your hand steady. And so a lot of practice with the G pin, guys. You can just see from my stuff, it's just really it's really hard to use and get used to. Because you know, you use a pencil, all the lines are going to be the same no matter how. I mean, obviously, if you press harder, they're going to be a little bit darker, but the same width and thickness. So with the pen, you know, you guys know how a pen works. When you have it and you go over it like this, it moves, unlike a pencil where it just stays straight the whole time. So you really got to get into the habit of doing those swift lines. Going really swift helps. Or if you want to go slow, which helps too when doing detailed areas. You just gotta get used to it. But anyway, more with the line thickness. This shirt right here, it's not really thick, but I would have liked to get it a little less shaky. Pants came out. The pants came out okay. There's some screen tone overlapping right here. I probably could have cut a little tiny bit off of there. And then, and I know this might seem really tedious of all the stuff I'm saying, like a little extra screen tone right there, but that stuff all does show up, and you know, after you're done, screen tone there is okay. I like that part right there. The old man I actually liked drawing a lot. He was fun to draw his face and the way his body's going. But like again here, the lines on the shirt a little too thick. Overall though, pretty good on the old man. Here's a word bubble again. Didn't use the multi-liner. I used the nib. Should have used the multi-liner. Down here, the eye. This is actually, I think, the best thing on the whole page, because the eye, it's close up. The lines are thick, but that's good. It kind of gives that gritty feeling that I kind of wanted. The lines for the little flash right there are pretty good. Probably should have used a multi-liner on this too, because you can see it's kind of off right here. There's a little extra black right there. Whatever. And the speed lines are really good too on the eye. I kind of overlapped right here. And that's okay. It's I probably shouldn't have done this one, but this one, like the top one that's going in, that's one's okay. This one's kind of too far. It's going into his pupil right there. So yeah, basically it. This flash, I want to talk about this. The flash is pretty good. I think it's really hard to do a good flash, especially when it's like up against like something like this, like a wall. And even the wall I kind of messed up on. I know I messed up on the wall. Like you could see the building. It just looks like the building is tilted weird because the wall stops right here, and it looks like it almost looks like you want to make this go straight, but I have it at an angle, and it really should have been going straight. But I was still looking at the building at the top, and that's at an angle, and so I drew that at an angle, and that's wrong. It should be straight like it is over here in this panel. And so that's another thing I noticed. I forgot about it until just now, but I had noticed it when I did it. And yeah, that's a big mistake, a big mistake in the background there. But yeah, the flash. If you could tell, I made the girl a little smaller than I had her on this page. You can see her there, and you see her there. She's a little smaller. And that's because I felt that it gave it a better effect. Like, it looks like she's further away now, and it doesn't look like she's going to be a giant when she runs into the guy and the old man. And if you can see her a little bit closer, if the camera can focus that close. Yeah, there we go. A lot of the lines on her are kind of shaky. Her jacket, but she was really small. I think I can't remember, I think I might have used a G pin on this one too. I should have used the Maru pin, and stuff like that. But even the word bubble right next to her is really shaky on this area. I whited it out a lot because the whiteout is off from the flash. I did the flash over the word bubble, and then I just whited it out. I figured that'd be easier just to use whiteout after I did the flash, because the flash, you want to get the flash, you want to start off from the best point that you can, or else it won't come out right. Like, I have all these, it came out really good over here, like where all these are kind of even. There's a even number of lines here, then a blank spot, then an even number of lines, blank spot, and it kind of looks like it's going together. But then over here, it kind of, I know you guys can see it, it kind of loses its shape. Now it's getting more and less, more and less. But you want this to be pretty consistent. And for this area of space, I guess the way I have it is okay. I probably should have did a better job of distinguishing the blank spots and the black spots here. But it really stands out here because the word bubble's right here, so it completely goes away. As to where over here you still have these, you can still see these in the back. But yeah, and these are kind of going down. I guess I probably moved the ruler too soon, and it went down. But that's a pretty good flash for that particular space. And that's basically it, guys. It's the page overview. What I want to do for another video, it probably won't happen this week because I don't have enough material to do it. But once I get started on my new project, I'm gonna do a whole page with you guys. Probably call it something like a page with Manga Pro, or how Manga Pro draws a page, or something like that. And what I'll do is I'll start off with a pencil sketch like this one, and then pencil sketch like that one, and then I'll probably just ink the original pencil sketch, and then show you guys how I do it, ink it, put tone on it, and how I white it out. And I've done that before on Ustream, but I was so tired I never got to finish the whole thing. And so yeah, that's it for now. Look forward to tomorrow's video, and see you guys later. Alright, bye.